Maybe Byron's just getting off work.
Maybe.
Should I have both up on or
Both what on?
the the little earmuffs, or does it really matter?
Whatever's comfortable for you, I would think. Sorry. Whatever's comfortable for you is what I think you should have on.
Okay.
And we live now. Give me 1 second. Sorry about the buzz. Word. Alright. The only thing is that we need somebody to check the audio to make sure it's correct. So I'm gonna have to do that here. So bear with me. So we ain't talking Chinese, you know what I mean?
I speak Russian, sir.
Yes, you do.
Я говорю по-русски. I think I said that wrong. I think I said I work Russian.
Alright, hold on. This is about to play. This is about to play.
Interesting.
Sounds like English.
Yeah.
It sounds like we're not speaking Chinese.
You're not.
Cool, cool. Alright, we live on.
You forgot your sunglasses. You're not.
I mean, I just wasn't gonna rock with it tonight.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying that's normally part of your.
I was about to say, like, oh, usually the shades get thrown
Right.
on. And you get in the,
Do my,
I'm just saying
do,
that's normal.
I was about to say, like,
Well.
oh, usually the shades
uh-oh. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, YouTube. There you go. All right, we done with that. Do I have, bad odds tonight? Like, intoxicated?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
You don't.
I'm just asking, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause
So peculiar.
am I?
Just a little bit.
You think so?
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right.
You know, here on a new wave, got some new energies coming, so
Yes.
see what he brings.
Yes. All right, cool. Let's see. So we live now. I wanted to play some music, just to have something. All right, cool. That'll work. Matter of fact, I'm gonna switch it up.
Battle.
I was about to.
Going into battle now.
This one made me.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
the
do like an
whole,
MOP move or something. We have to.
G.I. Joe
You got-
crawling on the floor with the.
You got some MOP bars. You got some.
I do not rhyme, sir.
You know, but you do impersonations.
Yet. I do not do impersonations.
Didn't you? Didn't she just impersonate someone? Was you here yet?
I don't know who you talking about.
You impersonated somebody just now.
You mean when I did this right here and I was talking about C3PO and the Ewoks, and that's not impersonation. I was just talking.
That might be.
I was just talking.
Peace and greetings, y'all. We live on YouTube tonight, September 1st, 2020.
Spasibo.
Have Nots is in the building. It is I, Michael Barclift. I'm here with the lovely ladies. To my left, Ebo, Ebony Mystique Williams. How you doing, sis?
I am doing good. Very, very good. I'm in good spirits right now.
You got a Russian and a German impersonation.
It wasn't German. It was supposed to be like, I don't know what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be Southern.
Anybody in the chat, we taking requests if y'all want to hear Ebo do her Melania Trump impersonation.
Seriously, don't do the Melania Trump. It was not like that.
Okay.
It's kind of like this, You just, I don't think that's German. Not at all.
It's one of them countries.
It's
from
a
the
Southern,
but
I sound like Scarlett O'Hara.
I guarantee you, they was in World War II.
Probably were.
All right, Ebo. Ebo brought some of her books tonight. We're gonna get into it. What's your best book?
The Disciples.
The Disciples,
Yes.
right? And the Disciples is about.
It is about a vampire kindred trying to maintain control of his realm.
Now she got to use all those, highfalutin words.
It's
and
about
everything.
vampires and leadership trying to maintain control of the city in which he resides in.
All right. So what I want to know is what's the definition of a kindred?
Family.
Family?
Yes.
A kindred is a definition, is a synonym for family?
Yes.
Really? Interesting. All right, we're going to come back to that. Speaking of family, my sister to my right, Miss Gianna Lee, the Oracle, coming in here with her crystal energy. Gianna hooked me up with a nice piece of malachite. Yeah. What's the name of your Instagram business?
Oh, I finally got a name for it because I was using my name for long. It's Alasian Gems.
Alasian. A-L. Oh, damn, I'm off. Judges?
I didn't say anything, sir.
You didn't know how to spell it.
I really didn't. That's why I didn't say anything.
So say it one more time for me, sis.
It is Elasian Gems.
Elasian Gems. All right, cool.
And Gems is an acronym
For
Gentle Earth Magic.
okay. Hold on. Look. I got one request.
Yes.
Can you say that again into that microphone? GEMS is an acronym for
Gentle Earth Magic.
All right, clap that up. You came up with that by yourself.
Yes.
I love it.
Thank you.
Gentle Earth Magic. Man, it's not a bad letter in that whole phrase.
I remember when we first met and you were getting everything started. So I was like, okay, I can't wait to see how this turns out.
I know, right? I'm getting my website and LLC and everything this month. So
Do it tonight before any of these listeners try to. Y'all heard it here first on the Street 16 podcast.
do it or I will find you.
Hey, so look, right, Gentle Earth Magic, and also Gianna said she wanted to talk about family tonight. Well, she said that on the conference call that we had. And, family is always interesting. I always talk about my family all the time. I don't feel like talking about them tonight, but I do like listening to other people and their family dynamics. Let me know if my mic is going in and out, if it sounds like that to you, because I've been hearing that.
Just a little bit.
All right, maybe I should keep talking then, because, I think these got a gate on it. But, yeah, family dynamics is something that's always an issue, and probably even more so at a time like this. So we're going to marinate on that, and we're going to get to Gianna's opinion or her thoughts on the family dynamics. And you just came from, dealing with a family situation tonight that you was talking about off air. So whatever you want to share about that, you could definitely decide how you want to play it.
Well, it wasn't a bad situation. I assumed it was going to be because, baby mom and baby dad situations are never fun, never, open in communications. And it's just like something is happening here, somebody feel this way, and it's usually drama in the midst. So I got the call and I was like expecting to her be like cussing me out and this, that, and the third. And now she was like on the phone crying, and I was like, dang, wait. I was like, well, I had to pause for a second for myself, and she was telling me how hurt she was because, my family wasn't a part of her daughter's life. And it was like, we felt as though, we had been trying to be there. We had been doing what we knew as far as our efforts to be there for her. But everybody. I just want everybody to respect me and respect her, and love her. And I was like, yeah, we got you. I was like, we for it.
How
And
old is the baby?
she's 6.
Oh, okay.
Her beautiful niece.
Nice, nice. All right, cool. All right, so on the conference call, we was talking about a few things. People was talking about gun rights. People was talking about the elections. People was also, of course, talking about T'Challa. Is that what you call him?
Chadwick?
Yeah, you call him Chadwick,
Yeah.
not Mr. Bozeman.
No.
No. I now look.
I kind of call him all of it, though. You know.
Yeah, I mean, 2020. I mean, like who doesn't have a thought about this? Just like the same thing when in February. But I mean, of course, the platform is yours, Evo. If you want to say anything about it before we move on, because I know that sometimes I have butted in when you were emoting over stuff, and
Who are you?
well, I call myself trying to cheer you up by redirecting your thoughts away from some of the stuff that was making you sad before.
Gotcha.
And you told me, leave me alone, I can multitask. So
I don't think I said it like that. I don't run from grief and sadness anymore. I just let it happen and then I release it.
So what you got to say about the brother?
Just that it was finding out was kind of like a blow. It was just really shocking. My family's been dealing with a lot of sick family members, and the news isn't as positive as we would want it to be. So, it's like, you know what? I'm just going to stay positive. And because I am a Marvel fan, when that hit, somebody sent me that in my messenger, like he died. I'm like, nope, not today. Not today of all days. Just no, not today. But then hearing how he was battling it and everything he was still able to accomplish, I'm like, that's purpose and that's perseverance. And that's not even letting the face of death stop you from doing what you are called to do. So it's very inspirational as well as sad because it's like 43 is not old at all. At all.
Yeah, definitely. Gianna, you got anything to add about that?
I just know my heart was broken, and I just hope we can all learn from his example, treat everybody better, and never stop pursuing what we really want in life. So
Okay, all right, we can clap that up.
Don't you want to share your feelings, Mikolovich?
I mean, yes and no, because I feel like my feelings is get me in trouble,
Oh boy, let's go for it. We got you. Go
no,
for
I mean,
it.
like with you especially.
What I do?
Because
What I do?
all right, so I did enjoy the brother, and it was a blow, and I don't have a favorable opinion of Hollywood. And so, once you take that red pill, you can't untake it. And so, like, when I hear stuff like this, my mind goes to certain places where maybe I should keep them thoughts to myself until a certain time has processed. But I will say this. I don't recall, and y'all could jump down my throat if I'm wrong, but
Oh boy, here we go.
I don't call the brother wearing no dresses, doing no gay scenes, sleeping with no white women in none of his movies. And he represented Jackie, Thurgood, and T'Challa, and now he's gone. And I think that that's not a coincidence.
No, I mean, having known people who've gotten cancer, it's so now you're gonna make me get in trouble. A lot of that can be prevented through your diet and how you live. To be perfectly honest, a lot of cancers can. There's a lot of different triggers for cancer. See, now you got me going somewhere else. You fired, Mike. But anyway, there are a lot of things that can trigger a cell mutation, and the human race, we are taste bud driven. We want what we that taste the things that taste good to us. We want what we want, and then when the consequences happen, it's like, wow. Now, as far as the roles that he chose to pick, I'm I don't know if too many people remember. I don't even know why I remember, but he used to play on this soap opera called All My Children. It's no longer around, and one of the things I saw in a speech that he gave to like some these college kids was graduating. He was giving a speech. I can't even think of the word for it. Shame on me. But he was saying that the character they wanted him to play was very stereotypical. And when they asked him, is there anything we can help you with? He brought it to them and he was like, can we give this character depth? Does he have to be in a gang? Is that all he is? Like, okay, his father's not around. And okay, his mother's on heroin. He's like, but can we give him something more than just those stereotypes? And so in his words, he was like, it made them nervous. And he shot his scenes, but then they basically went another way. And guess who picked up that scene? Guess who picked up that character?
Tyler Perry.
Michael B. Jordan. That's how he got introduced. 16-year-old Michael B. Jordan. I'm geeking out a little bit because I used to watch that soap, and then I saw both of them on that soap, and I'm just like, I am not stalking these people, I swear, I promise. But when he did what he did, it made the writers kind of question how they wanted to write that character. So now they still started it the same way with him being on the streets, having a little sister he had to take care of. His father's gone, mom is struggling. But they evolved him into something a lot better. Yeah. So say all that to say is there were some things that he walked away from.
As he should.
And he decided to pick certain roles that meant more to him. So I was like, okay. Yeah. He was kind of like Denzel in that sense. But then Denzel paid for like his tuition.
I heard
was
that.
like, what?
I heard that.
Go to acting classes
Yes,
and
yes.
stuff.
Anything?
And Felicia Rashad was his
That's
mentor.
support right there.
I'm just saying.
Auntie, hey auntie. So, you anything you want to add before we close the casket? Pause on T'Challa for tonight. Anything you want to add? No. All right. We could send our rest in peace to the brother, and you know, I wanted to ask this because it's made me think about it, and you might be the perfect person to ask. Is he the number one black movie character of all time? Is T'Challa number one? He might be number one on the black superhero list. Is he the number one most admired character in movie history, or is he in your top 10?
Are you talking about his character in Black Panther?
Yes, that one.
I would say he is now because of just the depth of that actual Marvel character. I mean, he came out during a time where Luke Cage was just a black exploitation character they threw in there, along with Iron Fist and Misty Knight and all of that. You know, you got me geeking. You know, all my comic book stuff is coming out. But yeah, his character was powerful because he was like the first mainstream black character that ran a kingdom. He wasn't a sidekick like Falcon was. He wasn't a street dude like Luke Cage. He was educated, he was talented, he had a kingdom. So to see that in comics during that time for black people was a big deal. It was a big deal. So in the Marvel universe, yes, he's a big deal. That character was big in the way he portrayed it because nobody has ever portrayed that character before, not on screen. So he did his thing with that one.
Is he number one? Who's number? If he's number two, who's number one?
He is number one now.
Okay, who's number two?
I'm about to date myself. Number two, as far as black characters in comics?
No, black characters. Period.
I don't know. I might have to tag you in on that one.
I was gonna say Spider-Man was next.
Spider-Man,
even though
not
he's
black.
animated.
The new one.
The new one is black.
Yeah.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's inside the comic book world. I agree with that. He's number one inside the comic world. I'm talking about in just the movie world. Is he number one on that list?
Right now, yes.
Who's number two?
I'm gonna throw in Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx in which movie?
I don't know if y'all seen it on Netflix.
Just
Netflix.
Mercy?
Netflix yet. It's a movie that just came out.
I think I know which one you're talking about. I can't think of the name of either.
It just
But it was the ones when they had the superpower.
If
Yeah,
you
the
cannot think
superpower.
about his name, then that means not number 2 on his list.
Well, it's a new movie.
I know that movie.
I- See,
And
see,
everybody thought the movie was hot though.
Do you want a
because the
fictional character or
no,
like
just,
ages?
just the number 1 black movie character that has raised the momentum of black people everywhere who looked up to this
I
man.
would go with Denzel's portrayal of Malcolm X.
That's who I was thinking was 1, and I
Get
thought
his-
T'Challa was 2.
I think right now, because a lot of people may not have seen Malcolm like X. You know what I'm saying? Now, my little militant child, yeah, she has seen it and she is reading the autobiography of Malcolm X, but that's just her. She's the only 13-year-old I know who was that deep into it. But yeah, I would say if you're talking about characters before this Black Panther movie, I would say he was probably number 1. And it'll probably flip back once people stop hurting and grieving over the fact that the actor died.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
But to me, that could be interchangeable.
Right. I thought that it was interesting that I think X is number 1 and he's nonfiction.
Did you think he was number 1 and he's nonfiction?
Yeah, and I mean,
I think
Black
the
Panther's
portrayal,
fiction.
the portrayal of Malcolm X is kind of, how can I put this without sounding?
I was gonna say like.
Okay,
Racist?
not even racist. I think Black Panther, that character makes sense because of who Malcolm X was. Because obviously Malcolm X was first. Black Panther didn't come out probably till like the late 60s, early 70s, somewhere around there. But he was the embodiment, the fictional embodiment of that kind of power that Malcolm X had, or the influence per se, that I don't need to integrate. I don't need your acceptance. He's like, I'm just a king.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, we're going to put that to the side for now. And when we come back, we're going to talk about a little bit of sports.
Don't be mean to me. Where are the fellas at, man? Y'all got me up here. Because Mike's going to be mean.
I don't think I'm going to be mean. I definitely don't think I'm going to be mean to her. But stay tuned and we'll see what happens. We'll be right back after this break. It's the Street 16 podcast. Pause. I'm going to check that camera. I don't see the recording on now. But we on YouTube Live. So I'm going to come right back and play some music for the YouTubers. Or also,
Let me find it so I can
so
share
Marco
it.
say he's at work. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was looking for the live. I was like, where is it?
That's educated, that's equipped, that's prepared. Troops refuse to fight. Matter of fact, it's safe to say that they would rather switch
Stand up,
stand
than
up.
fight.
Where y'all at? Ride for the cause, die for the cause. All my real niggas, this is mine, this is yours. Walk around town and break all the laws. Close all the windows and lock all the doors. Ride for the cause, die for the cause. All my real niggas, this is mine, this is yours. Walk around town and break all the laws. Close all the windows and lock all the doors. Be them roughneck, late night riding guys. Walking around ghetto streets under cloudy skies. Half pound a lie, 4 pound a five. For them thugs on them blocks I'm surrounded by. But the judge wanna send me to county. Why? For the hero, the hero, to look in my eye. First glance, not a chance, got crook in the guy. Shoot first, shoot earth if you're looking to try. Been stuck in the street with nothing to eat. Nowhere to turn to, bitches who burn you. We've been living outdoors. I remember sticking up white boys as a sophomore South Shore. Rule number 1, never leave without yours. Watch the left hook when you deal with Southpaws. We all outlaws and runaway slaves. Gonna stay brave, I don't want to play spades in the cage. For the cause, die for the cause. All my real niggas, this
Yeah.
is
You ain't even gonna be able to finish that series.
I think they can because I don't think they should kill off the character because you just can't kill off the character.
Yeah.
Marvel Universe. But his sister in the comic books when he got injured, she took over as Black Panther for a while until he was healed. So if they were going to do a Black Panther 2, they could do it that way and kind of let people just get accustomed to being gone versus just trying to replace him right off the bat. So we'll see. There's different ways they can go with it.
Did he ever get married?
Yeah, his wife was with him.
No, not the actor.
Oh, T'Challa? Yeah, he married Aurora Monroe.
That the lady?
Storm. He married Storm from X-Men. He married Storm.
Who the girl?
No,
That's his,
he didn't
what's
marry
her name?
her. Her name was Nakia. He married Storm. Because they met, they fell in love. She was powerful, he was a king. I don't even call her in her the comics. You know what I'm saying? I think she was
she's
just
just a
for the
movie
movie.
only.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think she was just for the movie.
All right, we back. Street 16 podcast. Mike Barclift, Ebony Mystique Williams, and Gianna Lee. We was hoping that Chuma was coming tonight, you know, for obvious reasons, and Marco, of course, too, you know. And, you know, me and Marco's relationship, of course, is funny on air, and it's real, and so I like some of that back and forth.
It is
But
very real.
you know, Ebo, you've been in the room with us a lot of times when you help, you know, keep things smooth.
Did I?
Yeah, of course you do. I mean, you know, but you know, me and Marco, we alright. But he did text in and said that he's at work, so he'll probably be calling in a few if he get off or get a chance to. But before we started tonight, we're gonna talk about sports. There's a lot of things going on. I read this article about the Redskins, or the team formerly known as the Redskins.
The national football team?
Yeah. Did you read that article?
Which one is it now? Is it the one about the sex trafficking or trying to pimp out the cheerleaders again?
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, I know.
That came out like a few years ago,
Yeah,
though. So I'm
yeah.
just trying to figure out,
Right.
did they not rectify it? Like,
I mean, yeah, you know.
I mean, it do take, what, 5 to 10 years trying to do anything.
You know, it's the, all right.
We ain't gonna go into that. I ain't gonna
Like, yo, you know, like, what I don't get about that situation, honestly, but I want to get to the story because I showed you the screenshot of one of my friends, one of my homies, who came at me on Facebook. Did you know about that? All right, and I told Evo, well, how should I respond? And I haven't responded yet, but we was going to get into it now tonight because some of the dynamics is interesting of what he accused me of, you know. So we're going to talk about that, and then we can come back to this Washington Redskins story. Cause
national football team?
yes.
I haven't heard what the new name was yet. So
They ain't come up with a name,
I was gonna
you know.
say.
But, I mean,
They
you a
just-
Cowboy fan. Won't you submit your
for the Washington, I initially thought the Warriors would be good, or if they picked a tribe that was native to the region, I thought that would have been good too.
why they
I
have
think
to-
before they became Washington Redskins, they were called the Braves, but I can't remember if they was in like Connecticut or something. It was like something. They were the Braves. Don't look at me like that.
why,
But
why does it have to be from a tribe in the first place?
because of their logo, I felt like if they were going to keep their logo, then you would, want something associated with Native American people. And how would you honor that?
Yeah.
So
By giving them some kind of credit.
I don't care what they do.
I'm just saying, you brought it up. You was talking about them trying to pip out their cheerleaders again. I thought they handle that. I was like, okay, they ain't going to make them be escort services. I mean, we don't have a lot of, or they don't have a lot of teams with cheerleaders anyway, so.
You know, men behave badly when it comes to women. It's something that's well documented. And I've been around that misbehavior as a young person, and what's interesting about these Redskins cats is these cats are millionaires and billionaires. Well, they at least millionaires. You know, one of them is a billionaire, the owner. But you know, if you want this type of stuff, you know, there are sex workers out there. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, these are these are your
Right.
these are your employees, and you
Yeah, I
want
see
to
what you're saying.
impress your millionaire friends with pretty women. You know, once you order a woman that's about that life. Not saying I condone any of that stuff, but why not just pay the girls that's about that instead of having your employees and suggesting? Yeah.
I have a theory on that. I think it's because of how they look and the age ranges aren't exactly what they're looking for. That's my opinion.
The cheerleaders?
Yeah.
But ain't there working girls that's the same age ranges?
Yes, but they're not cheerleaders. You know, it's like you know, everybody has a particular taste.
I mean, cheerleaders. I
Apparently.
mean, I know people call them cheerleaders and think, oh, they're just pretty, but they're pretty athletic, really in good shape. They can do tricks.
They're your employees.
I know it's despicable, but you're asking me why.
Why?
They're
Yeah.
they're going
We
to be
tryna
more
think.
appealing than just a random, escort person that has no affiliation to anything powerful. Like, but it could be bragging rights, like, oh, I was with the cheerleader from the Redskins. Owner told her
Or
to
just
come.
because it's close to them, so they don't have to go out and look. Like,
But
what up, sis?
when it
You're
came
right
out
there,
a few years ago,
Hey, you,
they
come
were
here. You
sending them
standing
on
close to-
trips to like the island to entertain.
See,
So it ain't about proximity. It's like
there's a thin line there. Lines getting real thin. Standing out.
All right, well, I'm not gonna try to
You're trying to
make sense of these crazy guys' behavior.
Yeah.
I ain't like it, you know what I'm saying, when I was exposed to some of that stuff as a young person in the music industry. And it wasn't that. It was never that. It was, okay, you played with the people that was down to play. You know what I'm saying? Whoever was not part of that, it was never no coercion or nothing. I mean, why even waste your time with that?
So did you ever have to intervene?
Me?
Yeah.
What,
Like if
tell him, like a guy was doing something out of hand in my
Yeah.
presence? Back then, nah, I wasn't that guy like that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't that guy. But I never saw nobody mistreating women like that.
Gotcha.
For real, like I didn't see no mistreatment like that. You know, not that type of mistreatment. But yeah, I mean,
I hope y'all ain't
I think
flying
it
women
comes down to like the money and the power because I can.
right.
Because at the end of the day,
Right.
it's like y'all. I'm about to buy y'all either way. Y'all on a team. I could buy your contract. I could buy you, and then now I'm trying to buy something off of you. Let me give you some more money. It's like
That makes
there's
sense.
no
to
that
me.
doesn't give
coercion
it
of
any.
it,
Yeah, that
It's
doesn't give it
because I
any
can.
limit. Yeah.
I think
'Cause
that makes the most sense. So that's just an ego thing, you know. Of course. All right, but speaking of egos, so one of my homies came at me, you know, pretty strong and was disrespectful on social media, all out in the public, for people to see, like my moms and my aunts and my children, my nieces and nephews, my sisters, like all these people could see this stuff.
Is that how you found out, or did you just?
Nah, I mean, he put it on my post. So I found out because I got an alert. It was right there.
Yeah.
And what he was complaining about was, you remember?
Yeah, about you not being available when he needed you.
What kind of gay shit is that? I mean, come on, man. I don't even.
He needed you as in the brotherhood, not as like I want to hold you, like nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like so he felt like he didn't have the access to you that he wanted, so he lashed out.
Right. And once again, you know, what kind of gay shit is that? You know what I mean? Like,
You're not entitled to nobody or their time. Sorry.
I mean, she has a point.
yeah, I mean, so, you know, I haven't responded yet. And you told me I need to respond.
I would just do the puppy dog nose tap.
I don't want to do that bullshit. I don't.
What do you want to do?
Really don't want to do none of it.
Then don't do nothing.
But you said, and
If it was me, I would do something.
I mean,
but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm about to say,
If it was me, I would do something. If I didn't want
to be a line of communication, because you know, if you my homeboy and you know we both got busy lives, why is that even a thing for you to even do that? Like, come on, now, there's a respect level for our friendship that you should know of. Contact me personally. Don't be throwing it out there if that's how you feel. Like, talk to me, communicate to me that. Don't
Right.
sit up there and like blow it up when it could have probably been solved by just simple conversation.
if I was a different person, don't you think this would have ended worse? Like, no matter how it ends now. I mean, I'm clearly going to reach out to him, but I'm discussing it with y'all like a week later, not agitated, not in my ego, not bruised, just analyzing it from a point of curiosity. But, I mean, you know, I know a 90,000 niggas that would have responded wronger to this.
Oh yeah, that post could have blew up.
Is that a word, wronger?
It's not, but you're right. How you respond to it can kind of de-escalate or escalate. Now, if you want to respond to it publicly, which I feel like if somebody says something publicly about me, yeah, I will respond publicly.
You would.
I would.
I want you to.
Sometimes I will go to like.
In Russian. I want you to clap back at him in Russian and tell him leave Mike alone.
No. I would not do that, but I would address them publicly. And either you're going to acknowledge you did it publicly, or you're going to, you know, cue the circus music, get on your unicycle, and pedal backwards. But I'm not. If you're going to come and address me publicly, then I'm going to respond to you publicly.
I am definitely not about addressing it publicly.
Well, then, if he removed the post, then apparently he doesn't want it out there anymore either. So then address him privately.
Yes, I think I will. Anything else?
Oh no, yeah,
All
I
right,
agree.
good. Clap that up. We over.
Yes. So we've done it publicly, though. Just saying.
All right, so what about the election? You know, I mean, this. You know, I mean, like I follow the elections many times because I like just like a chess match, but I haven't followed none of this year because I'm just not about that life. But you know, I am interested in what my people think because a lot of people people I care about, you know, is more concerned about this than me, and with the coronavirus and all of these things going on with shutdowns and stuff, I just think like everything this year has been clouded in confusion and chaos and not passing the smell test. I see why the election is going to come form some sort of resolution. I think it's just going to be more, no matter what happens, I think it's just going to be a continuous cloud.
That's going to be the icing on the cake. I promise you this year, 2020, that election going to get.
What do you think's going to happen?
I don't know what I don't think, I don't know. I can't say exactly what I think is going to happen, but I just feel like the results of the election are going to be, like I said, the icing on the cake for the year, the climax for this. It's going to be like, and then it's just going to be like, oh.
So you think that there's going to be riots? Whoever loses is going to be fighting?
No, I just feel like it's going to be a drastic change in a lot of situations.
So you think Trump going to lose?
No.
You think he's going to win?
Yes.
I was going to say.
You think he's going to lose? You think he's going to win?
I think 2020 hasn't been cloudy at all. I think 2020 is clear vision. You see everything that's happening. You see how we are destroying our earth. You see if the earth puts us on punishment or God puts us on punishment. You see that the earth recovers. You see animals recovering. You see that we are the true virus on this planet. You see your friends that you've known since you were a child and their racist tendencies because it's all out. Everything is clear.
You heard
I
it
can
first.
see clearly now. That's all your fault. That's all your fault, Mike.
Hey, so want to say one thing about Joe Biden. Are they doing like Saturday Night Live skits of Joe Biden and stuff like that? I mean, I know.
I haven't watched it in a
Okay,
while.
okay. The one thing about Joe Biden that I think could be something that I liked is he's so dumb he might be funnier than Trump for people to make fun of. You know what I mean? Because I mean, making fun of Trump is kind of run its course, even though Trump is always giving you new material.
Yeah.
But I think that presidents and old white men in general exist strictly for me to make fun of them in my mind, and if not, I have really no use for them.
What about young
Talk about that.
white men? Okay.
I'm sure I don't have the same use for them that you have.
I don't have any use.
Okay. All right. So, anything else about the election before we move on? Anybody want to say anything?
Let's all pray for America, please.
Okay. All right.
That's about it.
All right. Yeah, and we
Put
could
some
pray.
blessings on us.
We could pray for me too.
Sir.
Listen, man. If y'all can, you can pray for Margo. You can pray with that. Hey, so y'all follow what the ladies of the WNBA been doing? Y'all.
They were wearing the
They had on like
thing
the
I
I Can't
saw-
Breathe shirts, and then they had on the
Yeah.
one with the bullets in the
holes in
back.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
I
I
seen.
saw those.
Now it's one that that left the game like a year ago, and she spent all her time like working on the Innocence Project, and took a year and helped get a brother released out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and she's like connecting donations now. Like she might not never go back to her career. But you know, one of the owners of one of this WNBA team is like a Republican politician or something in Georgia, and she's the owner of the team, and her own team has been just blasting her, the owner, because she's like a Blue Lives Matter and a support the police type of Republican person, and her own team have been destroying her. Her own team. So yeah, they've been doing that, and
It's freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. And what can she expect? She got a team full of black women, and you don't think that they're gonna have anything to say about you saying all lives matter, blue lives matter? Do you even know what you're saying? You sound ignorant.
she's a
You
shut
sound
up
very
and play.
ignorant.
She's the shut up and play crowd.
Oh,
Shut up and dribble.
Mm-mm.
what happened if they stopped shutting up, or if they did, shut up and dribble? What if
If they
she
stop dribbling,
No. Like, what if they did shut up and dribble? Then what?
then I guess the status quo. I guess they think that the status quo would remain.
Until the contract ends, and then they would like shut up and dribble somewhere else.
Probably. I mean, and then she could always sell the team. It ain't like she's the
She
main.
could.
She ain't like she's the main owner. She's one of the owners. You know?
Oh, okay, so she's not like the main.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought she had like the majority
Yeah.
owner of the team.
Yeah. I think she's one of many.
She may get kicked out then if that's the case.
She may get phased out, removed.
Yeah, because then they do that in the NBA. I think it was the Clippers owner.
Donald Sterling. He didn't want his girlfriend to hang out with Magic Johnson because he had AIDS. He said that on his apology tour. Did you hear about? All right, in sports, it was a baseball announcer, some old white man announcing some old baseball game. You know, old daytime radio doubleheader baseball games, and he didn't know his mic was off, and he used a gay slur. I didn't hear the gay slur, but I did hear his apology after it was brought to his attention. The game's still on, so he's still calling the game. And you know how baseball's a slow game, so you got time to talk in between pitches. You was just doing some play-by-play before, right?
Did I? If you didn't record it, it didn't happen. I'm just saying.
All right, well, They make documentaries out of people who say that. But yeah, so he's like apologizing. And he's like, you know, in between apologizing, he's calling the game. And he gets to the point of his, you know, so it's, you know, strike, ball, outside, low, 2-2 to count. And he gets to the part of his apology where he says, I should have queued this up and played it. He gets in the part in his apology where he says, and I'm a man of faith. And right then, the guy hits a home run. And he pivots from I'm a man of faith to calling the home run call with no flaws, just like a professional announcer, right in the middle of his apology. Clap that up.
I could have did that. I'm lying. I probably could have did that.
But the point is, you
No, I can't.
Could have done
you're
it.
supposed to make a sincere apology. That's the point.
Not when you're working. If they want you to apologize on the spot when you're in the middle of work, you get what you get. If I don't have time to really think about it and what I want to say and how I want to convey what I'm telling people, because I'm in the middle of calling a game, but you want an apology right then, you get what you get.
See, I gotta play it for you, and I'll find it. But I put him in my top 10 apologies of all time. Because I mean, I like for me, for apology, the best apologies are the ones that's train wrecks where they just blew it, where they just effed it all up.
Did he blow it though?
Yeah,
It was either going to be blowing the apology or calling the game.
Listen.
They should ask him to do it after the game.
He loved his job.
He used a gay slur, so I don't know if you should say did he blow it. I'm sorry.
Knee
Dad joke.
Slapper.
Dad jokes. Hey, like
Said you was sorry, but you could at least apologize.
like suppose you had a radio show and your co-host was always an instigator that's putting you in awkward positions, and you said something on the air that went out live and offended a group of people that you didn't want to offend. And you had to come back on the show next week and apologize. Give me 30 seconds of your best heartfelt apologize in Russian.
You're not getting it in Russian. Niet.
Come on, let's hear it now. Hold on.
Niet.
Hold on.
Not getting it in Russian.
Let's hear your apology. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
And I got to wait a week later.
Go ahead.
My fellow
Americans.
The group of Americans that I offended with my careless words. I'm going to need y'all to really just kind of pull up your bra straps and your jock straps and get your lives together. Because if my words can make you that upset, then you have a problem.
Talk, sister.
But I am sorry that I offended you. I'm sorry that you went to bed thinking about my words. Because I didn't want that to happen to you. I hope you can rest easy tonight knowing that I'm going to sleep pretty well. Because I said what I needed to say, and I hope you guys are listening.
Preach.
I will not be distraught because I know that once I give this over to you, it belongs to you now. The ball is in your court. It's like what? What time is it? Oh, it's late. I got to go to bed. I'm sorry. But I don't think all of us can be tired in the morning. I'm tired right now. Y'all be tired. And I just hope you forgive me. But even if you don't, I know that I forgive myself. And that's all that matters. God bless me and God bless America. That's about it. That's all I got.
Good
That's all
job.
I got.
Yo, listen, that was pretty good. That
He
was
was
well
trifling for that one. He's trifling for that one.
I think that was pretty good.
As long as you did. See, if I could just reach one person that was offended, and they're just like, you know what? Her words made me rest easy tonight. Because we can't all wake up tired.
Okay. I think that there's somebody out there that owes me an apology, but I'm not gonna get it.
Why?
Cause I could tell you that story after the break. I could tell you that story. Do you have a fictitious apology for your fans if you did something wrong? in Russian.
My bad.
I like your apology too. Yeah, y'all both.
I mean, you shouldn't have been that offended. Like, grow some thicker skin, but my bad.
Right. I can see you saying that.
My bad.
I can see it.
Gotta do the.
All right, cool. So look, we on YouTube Live. All right, I'm gonna play one piece of music. I'm gonna see if Marco coming around, and we gonna be right back after this break. If your mic is on, don't say nothing bad about gay people. have to apologize to the LGBT community again. Sitting here telling me blow it again on air, on Facebook, on TV live. Like, how can you do this? This is not 1973. You don't tell your coworkers to blow it again. No excuse for
Just
that.
imagine you had that dog whistle. I am the dog from the Tom and Jerry show. You blowing it, he walks up on you, he tilts the hat forward. Blow it again. I dare you.
Alright. Tom and Jerry. Hey, so,
Yo, crazy fun fact about that?
Yeah.
The last episode of Tom and Jerry ended with
that's some sucker shit. Yo, what the hell? Girls didn't want Tom or
their
Jerry?
girlfriends, I guess, broke up with them. And at the time, I was like, oh, why are they on the railroad tracks? And, you know, the train is coming, and they just look sad. And then it's like, wait a minute. And it just ends with the light getting bigger. And as a kid, I didn't really think much of it. But as an adult, I'm like,
That's horrible.
wait a minute.
That is not.
You know, I was
Okay.
checking with my 3-year-old.
Oh,
he
God.
watches the Sesame Street stuff, and I hadn't seen these stuff in years. And I was like, yo, is these characters the same? Because, you know, they said that, you know, Oscar was a homeless guy and Snuffleupagus was a heroin addict.
They've always said that. I think that was just a running joke.
I mean, but did they change it? Because
No,
you know,
I don't think Sesame Street said that. I just think people watched it kind of like, okay, I know a heroin addict who sounds just like you. I know a homeless person who looks just like you. And people in general put that on them. But no, that was never what was created.
Well, what about a grouch? Is a grouch? Should he be there? Should they have the grouch there? I mean, one kid is
It's
a grouch.
Sesame Street. Like,
I think the grouch should be female.
it's
Clap
Sesame
that up. Is that sexist?
That's
Is that sexist?
But you are the
That
Grinch.
is
Ah,
funny.
You are the get
I was
off
gonna
my
say,
lawn
that's
guy. You are the
exactly
old
why.
man.
Exactly why.
Get off
He's
my
a
lawn.
man. I think it's-
I'm not even 50 yet, but I'm old and grumpy.
Yo,
That's it.
I'm gonna get off my lawn. Yo.
Yes, you are. I don't like the way you look. You look like you stink.
No.
That's you.
I play with all the kids. All right, Wu-Tang love the kids. Like all the children like me. I'm not get off my lawn. Come get some lemonade. Let's practice your jump shot. You know, I kick it with the young ones.
Yeah, you kicked them
The
alright.
only people I tell to get off my lawn is them Jehovah's Witness ladies that's your friends.
Don't talk about them. They were sweet.
No, not the ones that passed away. Just the symbolic
I don't know
ones
the
that's
other
still
ones.
alive, all right?
I only know
You
them.
don't make me have to apologize on air, man. I don't want to
Because
talk
you've
about the
offended me, Mike. Now, where is your apology? Go.
You know, I did something bad one time. You know what I did really bad? It was like the universe getting you like, yo, this is why you don't do that. I'm in a pawn shop, and
Say that again.
I'm in a pawn shop.
Say it again.
The porn.
Say it again.
Porn.
You're in a wet shop?
Not porn. Porn. I'm in the porn
He said
shop.
I swear he said porn first.
Yo, look, I ain't got no use for that.
I swear he said. That's like the third time. Hold on. We heard the same thing. I swear.
Okay, so you're in the shop.
Okay. All right.
They don't even have those shops. What are you talking about? Like
That's
Adam,
why I was
Adam and
asking
Eve?
you, like, what? Say that again, because I was trying to figure out what you were talking about.
Yeah, I'm in the regular porn shop, and I steal this camera. Somebody had left their camera there, and I stole it. And I didn't even need a camera, you know what I'm saying? I had it. And when I looked in the camera and viewed the memory card, it was an old black lady's funeral.
Did you take it back?
No.
Hit it again.
I was
dude.
frozen.
That was just...
I was frozen. I just was like, yo, you ain't stealing nothing else no more.
And you didn't take it back. You could be like,
You
hey,
ain't
I
clear
found
the
this
memory
outside.
card?
Like,
Nah,
I found this outside, you know.
I think I
No.
gave it away. I think I gave it to someone.
Okay, I'm getting an idea for a story, but I don't want to say it right now.
And I would be the bad guy. Something would happen. to
You
me
would be
for
the
that.
catalyst.
I know,
This is a
because
good
that
idea.
might be the pictures that last. You know.
You'd
Right.
be the catalyst.
I know.
I
I'm
may have to
sorry.
write this down. I may
gonna
have to
say,
revise
where
my
your note-
book. Like, I'm sitting here like, I got this.
Need a notepad,
I
girl.
know, right?
Scribble
All right. Well, yeah, I'm really regretful over that. Like, and I don't even live in regret like that. I mean, and it was so bum. Like, I didn't need the shit. Like, I forget what I was there for. I had no use for it. Huh?
They traumatize your ass. I ain't never come to it again.
You damn right. You damn right. I do promise. I am never gonna do that again. That is messed up.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Damn.
As long as you know it was terrible.
Shame on me.
Learned your lesson.
Yeah. Whew. I might have to go to church.
You know what's a good thing?
Church ain't open.
It's a good thing that the black lady didn't come out of the camera and just kind of stick to you and be like, you know what? Since you took me, I'm gonna stay.
One of Ebony's plugging
And
one of her
every
books.
time he tries to do something, she gonna be looking at you just like this. You sure you want to do that?
I'm gonna stay.
You sure you want to go on that date? Oh, what y'all doing?
Gonna be staring at you in your reflection next to you, be like, oh hell no.
You gonna shave today?
That's so
I don't like
freaky.
that too.
Like I'm gonna need some Florida water to bathe tonight because I don't want to get scared. I don't want to be scared at night because I read your book and
My books aren't scary though.
there's demons. There's a couple that fights demons, and the girl wakes up and sneaks out on her husband in the middle of the night to go kill some demons and come back home before he woke up and found out she was gone. And she don't get back home in time, and he wakes up and like, oh, where's she at? And then he goes and saves her from the demons she been fighting.
Technically, she was trying to help some women that she knew. She may have got in over her head, but that's what his covering was for. He was like, you know what? She in trouble. Let me get up and go get her.
And how did you describe the smell when they killed the demons?
Oh, I can't remember. I think it was like a mix between feces and vomit or something.
So it smelled like
It's-
Portsmouth.
Oh.
I mean, y'all could have said New York. Someone had to make the joke.
You remember when Franklin used to have that smell?
Oh, the paper mill.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was
And you remember when everybody from Chuckatuck had brown teeth at the top? Yo, everybody's gonna hate us after tonight. I'm sorry.
But everybody knew that Franklin had that smell, so it's not like I made that up.
Yeah, but the paper mill kept the community alive.
That's
They
what I'm
need
saying.
jobs.
So it wasn't like
We need
it
jobs.
wasn't a bad cursed smell. It was just like when you knew you hit Franklin when it was like you smelled it. You're like, oh, we in Franklin now. And then like Tim, when we were younger and we had to drive through it for whatever reason, he was like, roll up the windows. So we would have to.
Right.
I know my dad was like, boy, we gonna shut up.
Right.
Then you hit Franklin and it's like, all right, roll the windows.
The windows didn't help.
It didn't because at that point it had already seeped through the
did.
vents
But the
in the
windows
car.
did help when the pig trucks came by. Because, I used to work in Smithfield Hams. Y'all heard of Smithfield
Tim
Hams?
used to work there too.
Oh, really? Yeah, man. I mean, we don't need to give them no plug. But, hey, if anybody want a motivation not to eat pork, holla at your boy. I got
Tim used to
stories.
tell me some horror stories about that.
Yeah. Actually, it was a pretty fun job because, I hustled there. And all them country girls, we used to come, me and Waka used to come back from 28th Street with all the Louis Vuitton purses and pop the trunk. Yo, I did have fun out there. You know what I'm saying? I only worked at the job for 6 months, but my life surrounding the job was pretty cool. Shout out to Smithfield.
Hello, Smithfield. Hello.
So, it's a cool story how I got fired from that job too. But anyway, y'all want to know who owes me an apology?
Yeah.
I think it's the city of Norfolk. The city of Norfolk because 2 weeks ago, and I told you this, right? 3 young men was driving down the road in Suffolk, White Marsh Road, and they hit a curve, swerved off the ditch, the car hit the tree, all the passengers was ejected. And the car continued to roll and landed 20 yards deep into the field. And one of the boys, the The one in the back seat was my son, is my son, Sincere, who's his birthday is the end of this month. So he's 16 years old. I get the call. I'm at work. I leave. I rush downtown. I get to the desk. The police won't let me see him. Some old white cop, some old Blue Lives Matter cop, and just, it was just the wrong thing that happened to me at that time. And, you know, I gave it away because he knows his job, and he probably has to deal with people like me all the time. I mean, it's an emergency room. But I was already informed because his mom was there and the other parents was there that they was allowing you to switch out, so his mom could come out and then I could go in. I already knew that, but he was sitting there telling me like that's not an option. And you know, I got so escalated in my face and my tone and everything, said everything, that I took a look at him and I realized that he had a smile and he was like, yeah, I got this nigga. I'm gonna just wait and see what he do. Cause I mean, the place swarming with cops. Like it ain't nothing for me to do there but get myself in trouble. And they picked the right way to get to me. Cause nothing can get to me like that. And so I had to eat that shit. And you know, I talked to his mom and I told her, and my other son was there. So I told him, and you know, I didn't get to see Sincere until about 7:30 that morning, when the new shift came in. But you know, I had to remove myself from the premises. I couldn't stay in the room with him. I couldn't look at him, the cop, and I had to fill my mind with something other than, you know, hatred. You know what I mean? So I did my part. My son is fine, by the way. Two of his friends, one of them was all right with very minor injuries. The other one suffered serious injuries. He was unconscious for 3 or 4 days, and he just started walking and started his therapy a few days ago.
Good.
So yeah, we can send love and good energy to the family of them young men. And you know, shout out to me for not losing my cool and losing my freedom, dying on the hill that I'll die on. And you gotta, man, you know, he actually had the nerve to tell me, yeah, he's all right.
Oh, he's petty.
Those are the worst ones.
Kind of got
Gotta
to like
antagonize people.
lawyer friends now be like, look, I need this to happen. Who do we know? Because now that I got lawyer friends in places, it's not who do we know that can make things happen behind the scenes.
Imagine if that happened to you and
I would have lost
your
my
child's
cool.
I was
father-
gonna
You would
say.
have probably been like, yeah, man, Ab, you're supposed to be the calm one. And you would have had to come get me.
You
I'm
seen
like,
the
"Look,
whole, yeah.
But you know, I mean, but in my eyes, it feels completely like a trap. You know,
oh, it is.
It is.
I had gotten,
And you sensed it. You seen it. You knew it was there.
I had gotten when one of my brothers was at court for something stupid. I forgot what happened that time. And I had sat there for a while. Me and a friend sat there for a while watching the court proceedings and watching certain people get, you know, released or not released. But this judge was just like vicious. For the most part, he was vicious. And so when it was time for my brother to go up there and ask for bail, and it was like, no. I stood over like, look, Your Honor, you have to let him out. It was funny.
he spoke out of
Yes,
turn.
it was like, hey, you be quiet. I'm like, nah. My friend, my brother was like, if you don't get her out of court,
You gonna make it worse.
I was gonna make it work. So my friend just picked me up and dragged me out of the courtroom. So I know in that situation, I would have messed up. And then y'all would have been like, Epstein.
Yeah. Has anybody tested you like that and seen the fire of Gianna's anger?
Oh, I try to avoid him that as much as possible. really hard, but I don't like to get to that point, and I haven't been in a situation to where I found it worth it yet, and I haven't been in a situation with, the cops, thankfully, in a very long time.
Okay. So before we close, I just want to give a little bit more shine on your book because you write a review for it and it was well done.
Thank you.
And I like how, gothic and freaky your mind works. But I wanted to ask you, you told me before that your girls are getting older, but you said as a they were not allowed to be.
Right.
Is it because of sex or the kids?
It's because probably a little bit of both. Just because I don't know if they can really process like some of the things I write, whether they can be like, okay, this is a fictional story, mom. Because Leia, she writes stories too, so it's like last thing I need is her seeing what I see when I write. She'd be scared to death laying in my bed every night because she don't want to see. Yeah, they're very cute. They're innocent. They're very, they're not like mine.
Well, I'm getting into the disciples. The book that I read is called Encounters.
Yes. Encounters of the supernatural kind. It's a paranormal book.
Yeah, and one of the stories, I told you that it reminded me of like a Black Mirror. You haven't seen
I haven't seen Black Mirror.
Have you seen that show?
I have. You should definitely watch it.
Okay. It is a good show.
It'll like your perspective.
It reminds me of you because you had that scenario where my favorite episode of Black Mirror, and I'm gonna mess it up, but it was a guy that was cloning his coworkers and keeping them in like a video game, keeping a clone of them, cloning them and keeping them in like a video game situation.
Like where they had to. You talking about the one where they were on like the bikes?
I don't know. I could be just messing it up, but I felt like it was. I felt like it was a guy. He would offer the girls coffee, and then get their DNA off the coffee cup and clone them into some little video game reality where he could keep the clone version of them in like a cage, and then one of the clone versions gained her consciousness and was able to send a cryptic message to the real people in the real world, because he had cloned like all the girls at his job. He would offer them coffee and then take their DNA off of the coffee cup and clone them and form a video game version of these girls. And one of the girls from the video game gained her consciousness, sent a message to the outside world, to one of the, let all these girls in the office know, hey, that creepy guy that always give y'all coffee, he cloned us. And the outside world girls switched it on him and got him stuck in there. And he got, in the end, they flipped it on him, and he was stuck in his own video game consciousness.
This is very like Twilight Zone.
I probably chopped it up. You don't even remember that episode.
No, that was
she over here like Mike just made all that up.
I was about to say what.
I won't even know right show.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and watch it.
Did y'all follow me? Did it make sense? Y'all understand what I'm
I
saying?
understood what you said.
Okay.
I'm gonna just go.
Gianna was like, that ain't even.
But what's your
right
favorite
show.
episode?
Mine has to be the one with the what's it called? The clock where they tell you when your next partner is gonna be.
Okay, yeah, I think
had
I
like
did see that.
I think it was like a simulation, and it was like they were just going through telling you how long your next partner was gonna be, who it was, where y'all meet, and it was just like a little, it's just like you go through people for a certain a specific amount of time till you find your perfect match. That episode made me think, like, because at the end, I don't want to spoil it. I shouldn't spoil it. See, I can't really talk because it's like it's the ending that got me to like, oh, okay.
Right.
Let's just say we in the Matrix.
Yeah. It's a deep show. It remind me of your story because one of the stories in her book is that there's an ice age coming, and some of the humans are genetically somehow going to sleep through the ice age, hibernate, and some of the humans are genetically going to stay awake through the ice age.
Right.
And so as a couple, they all in love, and the male knows he's going to stay awake, and the female is going to sleep, and he's comforting her like, yo, it's going to be all right, it's going to be all right. And then it happens, and she goes to sleep, and he stays awake, and he got to get through these 10 years without her, and she got to get through these 10 years without him, and creepy shit goes on. Story, right?
It wasn't creepy, though. I didn't think it was creepy.
I'm not easily scared.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the ending of that story left me unhappy.
No, okay, now that one, out of all of the stories, that one was the most emotional one.
And then that club story where you
That one I thought was funny.
I feel like that left me a little bit unhappy, too, even though you think it's a happy ending. Pause.
Just saying.
But
I thought, why were you unhappy, though?
I
So,
have to give it away.
The synopsis of that one is it's a club night. A young man and a young woman, they meet each other. And they want to hook up. So in the middle of them being freaky on the floor, God speaks to him. And it kind of just disrupts the whole thing. Like, this is bad timing. I'm thinking and doing things that you know.
Yeah.
Now, when God speaks to me in the club, you know what I'm saying, it's usually for some good shit.
But I think that was, because he did speak. I think it was when he spoke to him and revealed to him what he needed to say. I don't think that was necessarily bad. I just think it was like, what would you do in one of these awkward situations?
Yeah. In the midst, you like, dang.
Yeah.
She's dope. I hope that I contributed to the intrigue because I did enjoy it, and it's a good read. And we're working on illustration.
We are working on possibly doing a graphic novel version of it.
And the trailer.
And the trailer.
Yeah, I tagged my little brother in it because I'm trying to get him off his butt. But he could
Gotcha.
draw. He's super talented. He can.
Is he the one with the niece?
No, that's my other brother. He's I got 3 brothers, 2 sisters, so kind of in the squad.
Nice.
But yeah, they all very talented. But he's like he could finesse his pencil, so I'm ready to.
So I've never personally published a graphic novel. I have wrote like a comic book from somebody who was an artist, but I've never myself actually took on that endeavor of writing a story for a comic book.
And see, it's crazy because a few years ago, I think it was like my first or second year in college, I wanted to write a comic book, but I can't draw, so it was like I had the ideas to, because I low-key want to like make myself an anime character in a story and like make it a comic, kind of. But that's just stuff I be thinking about, and it's just like I can't draw for real, so
You just have to find an artist.
yeah. But
Yeah. Before we go, tell them a little bit about these 2 books. We got them here. We got 3 books here. I love the cover of this. What's Silver Moon?
Yes. Okay. So
Wolves?
Yes, definitely. You see the wolves on the cover, yeah. All right, so my anchor series is called Night Tales, and it's following a vampire kindred called the Disciples. So I let somebody borrow that book, and I just don't have it. So I was like, let me just bring something tangible for y'all to see.
You ain't let me borrow the book, and I couldn't even get a discount
The
code.
the book has like been borrowed for a few years now, so
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if I
I'm
technically
spending all
gave
this
it
money
away.
on your
yeah, I was
product.
gonna
Or
say
not.
I don't get no
it wasn't
hookups.
really
no.
All right.
You
Don't ask black businesses for hookups.
Don't go there. And it's only August.
pay full price.
It's only
pay full
August.
price.
Yeah. So
That's
Black
a long
businesses,
book to
support
read
black
in an
businesses.
ebook, man. I'd rather have the paperback of that.
really,
Yeah. But go ahead.
but the problem is I self-published, and I didn't realize that 330 pages handwritten translate to a 500 and something page book when it's printed. So that was my first time printing a full-length manuscript like that and publishing it. And when I saw it, I was like, this this book is a beast. Now, I love to read, so I can read books like this. I can read Stephen King books, Anne Rice. I can do that. I don't know if the average reader would be able to necessarily take on that. So what I've done, I have condensed the size of my books, and I've just, make them part of the series. But with my Night Tale series, The Disciples is the first one. It's about a vampire kindred. And, there's the typical battles that they have to fight to make sure things stay peaceful and the human world don't know about them. And these two books here, Realm Sleeper, it would be the second one. Because Disciples was a little dark. It's probably going to be one of the 3 darkest books in the series, just from how I wrote it. There's some down the line that are a little darker than that. But I needed a lighthearted book to kind of bring people out of that. So Realm Sleeper is more of a lighthearted story. It's a smaller book, clearly. It's a transition book for me. And then it basically takes place where the leader of the disciples has to go somewhere. So he leaves somebody in charge. And this dude wants to have a seance with the girlfriend who's a witch. And she gets possessed. So the whole book is like him trying not to screw up the realm because he's supposed to be in charge while the main dude is out. And it's just crazy.
The main dude is Drake?
No.
Okay.
No. Once you get through it, you'll understand.
Got you.
So the main dude ain't home. It's like, look, I'll leave you in charge. Do not crash my car. Well, he took the car out for a drive, and it's like, it's out of control. So now he's trying to correct everything. And it's like the whole story is just like, yeah, dude, seriously. So this was my light story.
I want that one.
And then over here with Silver Moon, it's the 3rd one in the series, and that's just introducing the werewolf pack to the story arc. So werewolf pack comes in, the main kindred has to find a rogue werewolf that's just killing people because he's just mad, so to speak. So you have the kindred, the vampire kindred, trying to catch this werewolf, and then you have this werewolf's pack trying to catch this werewolf and bring him in. So there's a conflict between the two, the pack and the kindred. One wants to save their pack mate. The other one's like, we got to put this dude down because he's crazy. So that's the conflict in that one.
And what about Gabriel's Heart?
Gabriel's Heart is my romance novel. It's a historic romance novel. So basically this one is based in like 1500s, mid-1500s. If you follow 1500s, Europe.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
1500s.
Yes, it's not like
because if it's the late or the early ones and you get it wrong, I'm gonna have to take the book back because you can't have those kind of inaccuracies in the stuff I read.
Oh, it's gonna be very nice. It's gonna be very nice. So in this one, the main, the heroine, she is put in a situation to where somebody attacks her. So basically, she has to try to flee the scene, and then the night. Of course, you gotta have a knight, or you don't have to have a knight, but you gotta have a knight. He comes in to try to solve this riddle that's going on with her family, because this is yet like the 2nd attempt on her life. So there's all this little weird, can I trust this person? Can you trust this person? Who tried to kill you the first time? Is it the same person who tried to kill you the second time?
Who's Gabriel?
Gabriel is the knight. Yeah. So, and she is his heart. So he's made this vow to take care of her regardless of what happens, because he was there the first time she almost got offed. And then it happened a second time, and he was like, okay, now I have to intervene.
All right.
But the tricky thing is, with me, I like to connect all my stories. So, I speak Russian. The main character, the witch in Disciples, she's Russian and Ethiopian. Ethiopian because I like the belly dance and all that other weird stuff. Anyway, but her father is Russian. So she's Russian and Ethiopian. So she speaks Russian or whatever, and I like to connect my stories. So this book is connected through her.
The Russian Ethiopian.
The Russian Ethiopian is connected to the character in this book.
How?
Because Natalia is Russian. Her mother is Russian, so they're connected on that Russian bloodline. I just have to find fun ways to throw in there.
All right, you heard it here first.
And you can find, this one is already published. Gabriel's Heart is
Right, I seen that up there.
is up there, ready to go. Oh, in its glory.
Right.
And my pen name is Crystal Knight. And you can find everything on my website. It's www.themystique.com. You just go up there, look on the author. You'll see Crystal Knight. You'll be able to get on that link and go straight to the bookstore. There's other books up there, but yeah.
It's theebonymystique.com, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a nice site. What you got working on coming out of your world and Artsy Gianna's world?
Well, I've been mainly working on, like I said, getting my business off the ground and everything. I have a few new additions I'm going to be adding to my product line. I'm coming out with a skincare line. And, yeah, that's about it. You know, I've been working on my modeling, so go
I
follow
love
me
those
on
pictures.
Right.
IG, Modella Gianna Lee. And other than that, I've been chilling, you know.
No
enjoying
more.
my family.
No more videos.
I have invites for them, but, you know, they're not my taste, so.
I'm talking about your videos that you.
Oh, my
made
YouTube
with
videos.
yeah.
Yes, I have a video coming out. I've been working. I'm putting together the details. I don't exactly want to say the name of it, but for those of you who suffer from anxiety, depression, and things like that, I would definitely follow and tune in because I'm going to be giving some advice on how to calm your anxious mind.
I need that. I need that.
So.
I was trying to calm my mind all day today. It's been a minute since we did this, and you know, this is my baby. Like I love doing the podcast, and I've been in here. We've been doing a lot of music, and the music's been good, so I'm excited about that. But everybody said they was coming, and you know, of course, I'm happy that y'all showed up. It's not like you know, y'all my two least favorite podcast members.
Oh, we are.
I know, right?
It's always the ones with locks that are the least favorites. So.
Chuma! But nah, man. So like, I was excited all day, and I was like, you know, just trying to, you know, remain calm. It's a lot of work that goes into it, and you know, the operation and doing it by yourself and all the technology, and you know, sometimes, you know, I could get off track because, you know what I'm saying, it's so much stuff going on. But I just wanted to have a good show and enjoy it because I do enjoy this. And I enjoy having fun and making fun of myself and everybody else and how we think and deal with each other. You know, I ain't really got no serious answers. You know, I could come up with some serious things to say about stuff sometimes when I choose to. But, you know, tonight I just wanted to do that. I just really wanted to kick it, like Marco says.
Yes.
And I miss Marco tonight, you know, but apparently he's doing all right, working hard. So shout out to him. Please don't miss work on account of us, because you know I ain't paying your ass.
Lordy.
Right. But speaking of getting paid, you know, support all these black businesses here. Any black businesses that want to feature a spot on our website or on our podcast, let us know. Discount codes, and we got 10% off first-time studio users. If any artists, photographers, or musicians want to use the facilities, we got 2 rooms we could record and take care of all your other creative needs. Anybody who needs voiceover, you know, I'm available for that. I'm going to be adding to that. And hopefully we'll get together and work on Ebo's trailer.
Oh, boy.
For the Disciples, right?
No, I'm kind of torn. We're going to have to talk about
For
that.
Encounters.
Like, do I want to do Encounters, or, you know, since that's the one that's just released, or do I want to go back to the beginning and
We
my
gonna
Anchor
put it
series?
to a vote. Everybody in the chat and all the friends who listen, what do you want to vote for? You want Ebo to do a trailer for Encounters or for Disciples? Let us know. Word. All right. Anybody got anything else to add before we shut it down?
No.
Wakanda forever.
I knew you were going to say that.
Of course.
Yeah. Have nots. Naughty here. Yeah. We about to show 'em if it's really real. If it's really real. If it's really real, you can tell how it feel. If it's really real. If it's really real. You can go search for it. Y'all want the realness. You can go search for it. Y'all want the realness. Isn't it worth more? Y'all want the honesty, and I promise we are moving up like Jefferson Thomas. Left us impoverished, taking out garbage till it recycled into starving artists. Y'all want the realness. Y'all want the song. Either y'all feel this or I am wrong. You know it's a whole lot of rap tracks I ignore winning. Sound like fairy tale, never authentic. Y'all can act